The Monongahela River was once at the heart of America's most important industry, steel. Its busy waterways carried the coal that fueled the furnaces of the industrial communities in western Pennsylvania's picturesque Mon Valley. Workers from Greece, Italy and other parts of Europe came here to find work in the bustling steel mills that were then a potent symbol of the rise of America. But those days are long gone.
Monessen has been devastated by the exodus of the steel industry over the past 30 years. The population has halved to 7,000 as people have left to find jobs elsewhere, and drug addiction now scars a community that was once the epitome of the American dream.
In a bar called the Pasta Shop, residents reminisce about the good old days and recall the time that President John F. Kennedy visited in 1962. The Mon Valley was still thriving, but even back then, there were signs of problems on the horizon.
How can we possibly provide for the education of our children, jobs for our people, medical care for our older citizens, better housing, jobs, jobs, jobs?
Today, Monessen is still one of the few democratic cities in western Pennsylvania, a region that has turned increasingly Republican as jobs have left for other parts of America or overseas to countries like China. This hollowing out of industry is precisely why Donald Trump came to Monessen with his campaign pitch about bringing back jobs. Trump delivered his America First message to a few hundred locals who had gathered for an invitation-only rally at an aluminum plant that serves as one of the few beacons of hope in this blighted city.
Pittsburgh played a central role in building our nation. The legacy of Pennsylvania steelworkers lives in the bridges, railways, and skyscrapers that make up our great American landscape. But our workers' loyalty was repaid, you know it better than anybody, with total betrayal. Our politicians have aggressively pursued a policy of globalization, moving our jobs, our wealth, and our factories to Mexico and overseas.
78-year-old Greek-Italian mayor Lou Mavrakis was instrumental in getting Trump to come here because he wanted to draw attention to the problems in the city where he was born and raised.
This is where this country was built. The norm, Monessen here. And like I told you, 16,000 jobs gone. I have 30 blighted downtown buildings. I got 400 blighted homes in Monessen. And I can't tear them down, I don't have the money. I got more blighted homes in the city of Monessen than all the third-class cities in Westmoreland County combined.
Beautiful buildings that were once the pride of Monessen, housing department stores, furniture shops and restaurants, have fallen into complete disrepair. Johnny Tallarico, a barber, came here from Italy in 1947 and has been cutting hair ever since. The lifelong Democrat tells me he will vote for Trump as long as he's still alive on November 8, the day after his 92nd birthday.
We were 28,000 people, now we're 7-something. There are more empty houses in Monessen than people. You go down to the building, you can find a room to rent. We're all business and people who was upstairs. Now you can shoot a cannon and you can go nobody.
The dilapidated buildings are not the only problem in Monessen. Like many parts of Appalachia and other places in America, the scourge of unemployment in formerly prosperous areas has contributed to an opiate epidemic. Colleen Hughes, a city official responsible for tackling the drug problem, says there were 126 fatal drug overdoses in the county in 2015, including at least 7 in Monessen.
It's had a huge impact. Unemployment has had a huge impact. And here in the Mid-Mon Valley in Monessen, since the steel mills closed back in the 80s, you can see by driving through town, this Mon Valley has not rebounded. There has not been any rebound. So unemployment is usually a factor with alcoholism, drug addiction. They can go hand in hand.
On a tour of the city, Mavrakis takes me to one of the few bright spots, a 112-year-old vocational school called Douglas Education Center. The school once taught business, but now boasts creative programs that include a famous course for creating the special effects and creatures that feature in horror films such as The Living Dead.
I think that the school is really, if not the main reason, one of the main reasons why this town is afloat. We bring people into Monessen, Pennsylvania every day of the week, and again, not just from the United States, but also from outside of the United States. So it's a business that permeates the entirety of Monessen, the entirety of this city, and we continue to do so. Every building that we get our hands on, that we put our stamp on, we beautify. So everything is transformed into something that was abandoned in Monessen, Pennsylvania, to something that has been rescued.
One reason the Democratic mayor contacted the Trump campaign was because President Barack Obama did not respond to 2 letters asking for help.
And I don't care whether you're a Democrat or whether you're Republican. As a mayor of a city, I work together with everybody. I don't draw a distinction between Democrat and Republican. I don't care what you are. I'll work with you. You know, this philosophy of you're here in Monessen now, this is a Democratic bastion, and it's the last Democratic bastion in Westmoreland County and probably in Pennsylvania. Beside the point, the thing is, what am I going to do? I'm going to sit here and say, well, I'm a Democrat. Okay, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to die. Not getting nothing done. No, I'm a Democrat, but I'll work with a Republican, I'll work with anybody. Because we have to do the same thing, we have to work for the same thing. On the other side,
Mavrakis expects that Monessen will vote for Hillary Clinton in November. But he says Trump will turn out more Republicans than in previous elections, and many Democrats will jump ship. If Trump does win the election, it will be because voters in run-down industrial areas such as Monessen have told Washington that enough is enough. Dimitri Sevastopoulos, Financial Times, Monessen, Pennsylvania.